In 2007, under the interim constitution, Nepal gave up its status as the very last Hindu country in the world. Now solidified as a secular state as of the new constitution passed in September 2015, freedom of religion and Christianity continue to be a controversy. For centuries, Hinduism has influenced most spheres of life in Nepal, from the social and political to educational and religious. Over time, a merging of Hinduism, Buddhism, and less so Islam would result in seemingly contradictory practices based on Hinduism and other Eastern beliefs. Over time, having become a part of the culture, in light of this, Christianity is relatively new and treated with caution as it is perceived to be a Western religion. Seen as a threat to a certain degree, Christians were persecuted as recently as the 1990s, and even though freedom of religion is permitted by the Constitution, even today, to convert may result in social consequences such as being cut off by families and communities. Despite all of this, Christianity continues to be on the rise and the number of churches is rapidly growing. To be able to support the ministry of local churches, IAN Nepal established the Community Workers Program. These community workers, or CWs, are all pastors or leaders in their church who are partially supported by IAN Nepal to be involved full-time in their own ministries. By having 40 CWs across the country, IAN Nepal is able to build connections to many communities of believers and non-believers alike. Deepak Rai has been a CW with IAN Nepal for a little over a year. He spends the majority of his time serving those in his congregation and in his community. Deepak tends to his church, organizes a variety of fellowships, makes house visits, and routinely meets with those who are sick or unwell. At this point, he is able to be fully devoted to his work without worrying about his family, but this was not always the case. Before coming into contact with IAN Nepal, Deepak and his wife Bhumika knew what it meant to struggle. With 2 children, in-laws, and siblings to support, the couple ran a very small sidewalk stall to survive. Times were difficult, and on more than one occasion, they found themselves having to choose between buying food or paying for school fees. It was difficult for them to be able to serve their small congregation and provide for the family. Thankfully, their church was accepted as a daughter branch of Dharmikta Mandali in Kathmandu, and soon after, Bhumika was encouraged to enroll at Lydia Vocational Training Center. Little did they know how this would change their lives. Bhumika joined the 5-month tailoring training under IAN Nepal's Women Empowerment Program, and soon, IAN staff learned about her family situation and were eager to help. Thanks to them, Bhumika and Deepak's son Saugat and daughter Sandhya were both accepted into the Youth and Children Welfare Program. The children were able to transfer from a government school to a private school and no longer would the family have to worry about paying for their education. As IAN Nepal became more familiar with the Rai family, Deepak was also included as a CW. If there is one thing that makes Deepak and Bhumika stand out, it is their deep passion for service. Having learned about service through the Bible and at IAN, they are both committed to serving others. As Deepak says, "We want to be able to give more than we receive." Now that their family has been so blessed through IAN Nepal, they are in a better position to nurture their church and larger community. Nowadays, preaching can no longer be from words, Deepak shares. He believes the best way to preach is through action and the example they set in life. IAN Nepal was able to use various programs to help one family, but in return, it is an entire congregation, neighborhood, and network that benefits.
धेरै ठुलो फाइदा पुगेको छ र यहाँको सहयोगको लागि पनि म धेरै धन्यवाद भन्न चाहन्छु।
Catering to a more rural and challenging community is Gajendra Limbu, who has been serving as a CW at IAN Nepal for over 22 years. A resident of Kamlalung in Theratum district, this region is located in far eastern Nepal and is difficult to access. Gajendra has been making a positive impact in his community, but none of this would be possible without IAN Nepal and support from IAN USA. Having already worked as a CW for so long, it came as a shock when Gajendra was diagnosed with cancer of the stomach 2 years ago.
म टाउको उठाउनै सक्दिनँ थिएँ म एकदमै मर्यो तुल्य भएको थिएँ म पानी पनि मेरो मुखमा जान सक्दैन थियो.
Without any local options available, Gajendra had to travel to Kathmandu where he learned he was in need of surgery. But affording the treatment presented a large challenge, and it was here that IAN Nepal stepped in and was able to find support through IAN USA. Through this network and community, Gajendra was successfully able to undergo surgery. Although fragile and weak, Gajendra returned to his home and church to continue his work. The last 2 years have not been easy. Although still faced with health complications, this has had little effect in stopping Gajendra's ministry. Wherever he has been physically unable, his wife Leela Kumari has stepped in to support him and the community by making sure that she is able to continue their work. Now, as a couple, the Limbus continue to persevere, sharing from the Bible and trying to reach as many people in their region as possible. With all of the hardships they have faced, together, their story has impact not only to the locals, but is a testimony to the world of what is possible through prayer and partnerships.
त्यही सपोर्टिङको शक्तिले म मेरो घरको धेरै कमजोरी अवस्था भएको थियो र पनि मेरो नानीहरू सानो सानो थियो मेरो नानीहरू सानो सानो हुँदा हुँदै पनि त्यो आइएनकै सपोर्टले मैले आज तकसम्म मैले सेवाकाई चलाएर धेरै मण्डली वृद्धि गरिसकेको छु र त्यो आइएनको सत्ता नभएदेखि त्यो सपोर्टिङ नभएकोदेखि म यो अवस्थामा रहन सक्दिनँ थिएँ.